Hello and welcome to Inside the District. My name is Matt Mazzoni, Superintendent of Schools right here in Millville, and hopefully you've been watching all of our shows throughout the school year as we recognize a school each month, and we have two more schools that we need to fit in as we're in June. So tomorrow we're going to be taping Rick Avenue, the Jets, but we're going to hold on because we need to stay right here at Holly Heights Hawks. So we have a special guest joining us, and we have Principal Jason Durham. So welcome, Jason.
Thank you for having me on.
Yeah. So Mr. Durham, we always start with what's on the principal's desk right now, and you've had a lot on your desk throughout the school year, and many of you that are watching already know Holly Heights had so many transitions this year. So I'm going to take it to you, turn it over to you a little bit. Tell us what's going on.
So at the beginning of this school year, right before school started, we were challenged with needing to move out of Holly Heights due to a construction glitch that happened. And as far as that took a lot of things for our teachers and our staff to be able to be successful. So we moved from Holly Heights to Memorial School. Dr. Mazzoni held some meetings in late August, and we were able to get it together and get ourselves moving. But I wanted to talk about today a little bit because of the credit that is deserved of the staff and the teachers, the custodial group throughout the district, the administrative team, and of course the students. I mean, the students were amazing. You know, they went over there and they acted just like it was a normal routine at Holly Heights, so they were outstanding. And then of course the parents too. The parents really helped us out a lot and were very supportive of all the changes that took place.
Right, and I believe we had 2 weeks to make that transition. Yeah. I remember we made that call on a Friday, and it was go time. And just like you said, so everyone pulled together, showed a lot of resilience throughout that process. I know the teachers, you know, they're probably the most challenged. It's easy sometimes for us to make these calls, but they're the ones that have to pack up rooms, set up another classroom at Memorial, and everyone did a phenomenal job. But then we didn't stop there. So then it was like we wanted to get the students and the staff back into Holly Heights. So we looked at doing that during Christmas break, that winter break, so we had a stretch. But we started, I think it was early, maybe it was late November, early December as we started that transition, packing up. Yep. And then the custodial staff, you know, thankful to them for coming in during the break. I think at the first Saturday, we had over 50 custodians on site making that move, and pretty much they did a majority of it in that one weekend, so that was wonderful. So is it good to be back in the building?
Yeah, it's outstanding to be back. You know, like I said, the teachers did an amazing job at Memorial. The classrooms looked just like they did at Holly Heights, but it was great to get back and to get over here, back into our home base, and I think everybody settled in well. I know the teaching staff, they spent a lot of days right before break. Some of them came in on break as well to work with the custodial group and to get us back into the building and up and running. So definitely a total team effort by the whole district. I'm proud of our group that's here, proud of our kids for transitioning back, and appreciate all the support.
What was your favorite part of being at Memorial?
So I thought one of the things that was neat was being near the football field, the athletic field. You know, we joked at Olympic Day we had home field advantage a little bit because we were there for a little while. But yeah, just that part of it was nice for the kids to run around, have a different space in that area. But as far as the school goes, it's a neat older building that has a lot of aspects to it, a lot of character to it. Yeah, and we did best we can to turn it into an elementary school.
Let's transition into that. So you were at Memorial, staff and students were able to use the brand new turf field and the track and do that. We can't build that same field here at Holly Heights, right? But we are getting a new playground here.
Yep. So we are getting a new playground, should go in this summer. And you know, went through a grant as well as some support from the district. And it's going to be awesome. It's a great area. We modeled a little bit of it. Some other schools have done it. Rick Avenue has done it. We modeled a little bit from there, and then we took some of the things that we think our group would like. We put a committee together, so we got teacher and staff input from our teaching staff, the custodian, things of that nature. We talked about it a great deal as to what things we wanted to have on there for the kids. So they're excited. Definitely a nice project and something they'll look forward to.
Right, and We received the grant. It's the local recreation grant we received last year, and it was just shy of $100,000, and all of those funds went towards a brand new playground at Rick Avenue, and we had a ribbon cutting. It was a beautiful event, and the kids are enjoying it. We didn't get as much money last year, but we know it's a priority here in the district that we want to make sure not only do we have top instructional programming from our curriculum, but also the kids have opportunities to play and have a great space for that. So we are funding probably 50% of it. You know, playgrounds they're not cheap. You know, they're over $100,000. So I think from this grant we received around $60,000 or $65,000. So the district will offset the rest of that cost. And you have it. It's going to be 59 by 49 feet.
Yep, that's the size according to the setup of what we put together. It's going to be basically in the same area that the current one is, but we're going to take out all the older equipment that has been damaged over time and weathered over time, and put in all of the new stuff. So I'm really excited for the students.
Now I have 4 little girls, so we are specialists in playgrounds. We hit playgrounds all throughout South Jersey, but this looks like a special one. I see there's all kinds of different climbers, a tree branch climber. Yeah. I will not be on that, but I can't wait to see it.
Spinners, slides, all kinds of fun stuff
awesome.
The kids are going to like.
Good, it's just a more opportunity. And I know later we're going to meet your positive behavior supports in school staff members, so we call it PBSIS. Yes. But I know, and we'll talk more about some of those initiatives, but that played a huge part on on your plate in reducing some of the discipline, those inappropriate behaviors throughout the school, if you want to touch on that.
Yeah, so a couple of our goals this year were to reduce some specific areas of behavioral challenges within the school. One was unnecessary physical contact, and the other was disruptive conduct throughout the course of the school days. And we worked in a lot of different ways. We worked, as Dr. Mazzoni said, through PBSIS with Mrs. Rosado and the Rutgers team to get things together and work on that. I don't want to take some of the stuff they'll probably talk about later, but we partnered up and were able to accomplish a drastic reduction in those areas. So, for example, we went down 52% in unnecessary physical contact this year, and also went down to 76% from last year in disruptive conduct. And we attribute that to a lot of different things. First and foremost, the teaching staff. We've talked about it at staff meetings. They've made a tremendous effort to pay attention to minor details, big details, everything that they can look at to try to make their classrooms run effectively. We've started to have staff members observe other staff members voluntarily to take a look at some of the great classroom management ideas that they have. So we've been kind of sharing in what we know and the knowledge. We've also used our coaches in the district this year in a great way. Our coaches pushed in and helped a lot of teachers with classroom management. So we're really proud of that. Also, our vice principal did an outstanding job. Mrs. Wheaton has done a great job not only talking with kids, but talking through the problems, working with our guidance staff, Ms. Hovland and Ms. Fleck, and then also communicating with the parents.
Beautiful. That's great, Mr. Durham. So, my daughters, it's their last week of school. I said to them, not so fast. We still have 3 weeks. I always joke with people. I said, I think I counted wrong, but no one's questioned it now. So, we have a long spring break and we do have days throughout the year. But in these next 3 weeks, you have some fun activities planned, I'm sure, some engaging for the students.
For sure. I mean, the kids are having their water days outside by grade levels. There have been some field trips already. We'll have our 5th grade step up coming up toward the end. Just lots of different things. That's one of the things the staff at Holly Heights is amazing at. They've been that way for years. So they'll make sure that the kids enjoy themselves on the way out of the year.
Awesome. All right. So, Mr. Durham, I hope you stick around because we're going to bring on we have your staff highlight. So we're going to have a spotlight on one of your staff members. Then we're doing an unsung hero, and then we're bringing students. So thank you for kicking this off.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
So come on back as we recognize our staff spotlight.